Hello, and here's another little quick video, and just wanted to show you the ATI Mach, I like that, the ATI Mach 32. This chipset, the ATI Mach 32, there's another one of them, woohoo, I've got a couple of these cards, ooh, scary. These Mach 32 video cards are just as good as the Mach 64, so I just said okay. People said the Mach 64 is fantastic, it's great, it's powerful, it's this, it's that, it's the other. So, I put the Mach 32 into a machine. If you look at the video on here, the 486 playing Riven. Unfortunately, it's a bit dark, so I might show you the inside of that machine again with a bit of light to it. But the actual chipset that machine was using, the actual video card hardware was a Mach 32. Not this one, but another one which is still plugged into it, because I've got a few of these, as I said. These are working as well, of course, and they're in very good nick, practically brand new, a lot of the stuff is OEM stuff, which was never used or, lying around in the store for a long time. Great news, though, I did sell one of the motherboards, the 486 motherboards, that is actually in the video of the Riven. So if you see another one, it's the same name on eBay, by the way, Dr. Christian MD. If you see that name on eBay, I'm the same person. Basically, the motherboard that's on there that I sold, the 486 motherboard, it's an excellent board. It has everything on it. I will get one of them down for you and show you that board in the flesh, because again, I have a good few of them. I just sold one of them there on eBay. It took a hell of a long time to sell. I don't know why. I had to literally give it away at a very low price. But the guy who bought it, I'm sure, is kissing the walls at this stage, because it's just it really is a good card. I'm not just saying it is very good. It has a built-in video card, PS2 mouse, PS2 keyboard, cache on board. So basically, most 486 motherboards don't have that. They just don't have it. Now we'll talk about that in another video. Let's talk about this card, the ATI Mach 32. This is the VLB version. So what you have is the VLB part of it, which is basically a reversed PCI slot. This is the first incarnation of the 32-bit PCI slot, as it were. So this particular slot here, if you reverse it around the other way, would actually physically fit into a PCI card slot. But don't try that with your precious VLB video cards, as you might see a bit of smoke, So the VLB, which was a video bus card, the idea was that ISA, this is ISA 8-bit. ISA 16-bit has this one, plus the extra piece at the end. You've probably seen that on different video cards and different sound cards and so forth. The idea was that this 8-bit slot obviously went into a machine, a 486, with the VLB part of it. Now, the VLB part is directly linked into the actual central processing unit, or CPU, the 486 in this case. So the problem was that to bring this VLB card with you into a Pentium-based machine wasn't really practical, and to be honest with you, it really was a waste of time, because PCI is far superior, far faster, and to be honest with you, you try to run a video with one of these cards, and you get the frame rate of like 1 frame a second, They are very good compared to their 64-bit counterpart, the Mach 64. There just is no difference. There really is no difference. I promise you. That video you see of Riven, I put the video card in that I had my dad beside me, and I said, "Dad, watch this." So I showed him with the onboard video card, the Cirrus Logic, which was very bad, very rough. I showed him with the 32-bit card. I had just got a 64-bit one, boxed, floppy disks, the lot. I said, right, they tell me this video card is fantastic, excellent, best thing ever, fast video. No. The Mach 32, I will tell you though, is the best video card for the VLB slot though you will come across. I have tried Cirrus Logic, I've tried the Orchard, the Orchard 64 one that they all recommend as well. You see it on sites and say, oh, it's great, it's fast, it's this, it's that. Mach 32 from ATI. Very fast, compatible with Windows 95, compatible with Windows 98. Don't even need to stick any drivers in. When it comes to DOS, again, the VESA on them is fantastic. They are very compatible. They're a very good chipset, and you can't get better than the ATI in fairness. Now, in more modern chipsets, you have the two main rivals, of course, ATI and NVIDIA. Personally, if you're buying an AMD CPU, you buy an AMD motherboard, you buy an ATI/AMD video card. That's just the way I'd say it. If you buy an Intel-based machine, yeah, I'd probably go Intel, Nvidia, and an Nvidia video card. Because you want to try. I think you should keep all the chips the same. Whether it's Nvidia, you're going to go for it, and an Nvidia video card, get a motherboard and Nvidia video chipset. If you're going ATI, get ATI all the way. So the Mach 32, there's your main processors there in them. This is the main CPU. This is your BIOS. This is your big chip on the motherboard. I could tell you what that is, but I won't. It's a big chip. You see, actually, some of the cards don't have this particular chip. These two actually do. Some for sale don't have this actual chip here. I won't tell you what it is. I'll tell you in another video. Write a comment and you tell me what it is, and I'll tell you if you're right or not. That way, sort of add a little bit of, competition and, sort of interest and, people taking a mick out of me, which I've gotten in a few comments, which I don't mind. It's all fun. This here is the RAM, belongs to the machine, it's gorgeous, so you got basically 2 megs on board here. So again, this card has 2 megs on board. The 64 has 2 megs on board. And really, the difference in the video is not noticeable. I have a 64, and I've said it now 4 times at this stage. You can't notice it. So, that's an ATI video card. VLB is 32, directly linked to the CPU. This is 8-bit, linked to the rest of the motherboard itself. The 32 chip also came in an ISA version, which was purely ISA, which basically was a 16-bit ISA chip. So you had the connector here for 8, and you had the 16-bit extensions, as it were. So it was, a 16-bit ISA card with this chip on it. I haven't actually tried that video card, although I suspect it's probably the best ISA card as well. Again, the most common ISA card that I use would be a Western Digital Paradise video card, and I found them very good on the older 386s. And if you were to pick a video card, I'd say go with the Paradise video card from Western Digital. Go for the 512K one, and you really can't go wrong, ATI themselves have been bought out by AMD, so I'm hoping that'll zoom in. It'll get focused there. So they're basically gone at this stage. The company exists, of course, but exists as under the AMD brand name. But there you go. Anyway, I can't get that to focus on that video card for you. Anyway, Mach 32, Mach 64, and then they went on to the raised chipsets. But that's the 2 video cards there. I've taken up 8 minutes of your time, and I don't really want to take up any more because you may want to watch Coronation Street or EastEnders or something. Okay, bye-bye, and I'll see you in the next video. With any luck, of course.